Just enjoying my iPad, my pictures and stuff. Before the meeting starts.
You have a new iPad?
No.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it is rather new to me. As a county. All right, how do we start the meeting? Morning, everyone. Welcome to the Graham County Board of Supervisors meeting here on March 21st at 8 a.m. at the County General Services Building. If you would stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, the first item on our agenda today is the need to approve the minutes of the regular meeting and the work session held on March 7th and the special work session held on March 10th.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All right, we have a first and a second. I'll make that unanimous. Thank you. Next up, we have our sheriff, PJ Allred. Good morning, PJ.
Good morning. How's everyone this morning?
Good. Great.
So I have three different little item right here for us today. The first one is the approval to apply for the State Criminal Alien Assistance Program. It's a SCAP grant. It's kind of something that we do all the time. It's kind of a house cleaning type thing more than anything, really. But it gives us a little bit of money in housing some of our alien criminals. Assistance. So we're asking to apply for that grant.
All right, thank you.
Question, Mr. Chairman. Sheriff, does this, for people, is this like an overflow when they send people who are not citizens, who are need to be held for a period of time, or is this reimbursement for people who were apprehended in the county and then waiting for processing and being reimbursed?
That's the correct one.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I like the A, B, and C deals. Yeah, B.
Mr. Any more, Paul?
No.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the SCAP grant for the Sheriff's Office.
And I'll second that.
All right, I'll make that unanimous.
Thank you very much. Our second one this morning is the approval of an agreement with the Arizona Department of Homeland Security for the Operation Stone Garden. It's pretty good money, $143,619 to be utilized for overtime and mileage. As many of you well know, when you're traveling around, sometimes you'll see, and it's not just us that does, Safford also does this, Thatcher does this, Pima will do it some, but I'm glad I don't have to answer for Safford and Thatcher when people wonder how come their units are way out south of Safford or way west of town, you know. And our county guys are in our county, but they're working the Stone Garden, which is basically looking for drugs that are coming to our area, illegal people coming to our area, things like that. So we get this money through the Stone Garden to be able to do that. It's all on overtime stuff, and I'll tell you, to be frank with you also, is on the deal like this, when we have guys out working in the stone garden and they're out doing that job, if another call comes into the county and it's a bad, serious one, if there's a wreck on the highways, if there's a wreck, I mean, we have guys already mobile, and it helps us greatly, you know, that they're already out and about. It gives us more bodies on the road, is what it does. They're not necessarily answering calls for us. They're doing other things, but if things go bad, then they're there, and they're already on the road. And it's helped us greatly here throughout the years now, because this has went on for years, this particular grant has. So we're asking to be able to apply for that money.
Right.
Just a question, administrative question. Is the county received the $143,000 on behalf of all the law enforcement entities, and it's then parceled out, or is this just strictly for our deputies?
Just us.
Okay.
And then see, and we piggyback off of Cochise County. This is how we get into it.
Okay.
So it's a leapfrog deal. Kind of.
Very good.
I have nothing other than, anything we can do. I love this program, the way everybody works together. I think it's very vital to our community. So I would, if there's no other discussion, I would like to make a motion to approve the agreement with the Arizona Department of Homeland Security for 143,619.
And I'll second that.
Mileage. Yep.
All right, and I'll make that unanimous.
Thank you. So my last item today will be the approval with an IGA with Department of Corrections in a rehabilitation reentry for an emergency response plan. Basically what that is saying is that if Department of Corrections has something bad happen out there, they need us in response. They need us to hold somebody for them, whatever, we can do that. Vice versa, if we have something happen in our county jail and we need that assistance, Department of Corrections will come and assist us also. The bottom line is, if something goes south, we're gonna take care of each other anyway. We would just like to greatly have you guys approve this for us, so it'll make it all legal.
All right. Do I hear a motion or comments, questions?
Chairman Smith, I'll move to approve the approval of the IGA with the ADOC.
And I will second that.
All right, thank you. I'll make that unanimous.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you, Sheriff. Good morning, Scott Bennett.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for letting me take a few minutes and ask for a couple of things, I guess. The first issue that we have before you, y'all, we are looking for approval to send Debbie and Heather to receive specialized training in St. Louis. The PBK case management system that we basically went live with about, almost, not quite a year and a half ago, roughly January of 21. They're having a conference with individual and specialized training, and we'd like them to be able to attend that. Part of our original contract with PBK involved them coming in and training everyone in the office, and specifically spending extra time with our two administrators, which are Debbie and Heather. However, as we've learned the system and exhausted our training resources, we're learning that we don't know near enough. So we'd like permission to send them to this conference and let them continue the learning process so we can make full use of our PBK case management system.
All right, thank you.
My only question, Mr. Chairman, if I may, of County Attorney Bennett is are you funding this through your own through your own budget, or is this a request on the general fund?
It's mixed. We have specific training set aside, so the tuition we're asking, it comes from monies that was set aside from the general fund specifically for this purpose. Let me rephrase that, specifically for training, not necessarily specifically for this conference. The travel expenses, the airlines and whatnot, those will be used not from the general fund, but through special revenue funding that we have available to our office.
Very good.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the out-of-state travel for Debbie Barnes and Heather Jacobs to attend the Carpool Solutions National User Group meetings in St. Louis.
And I'll second Supervisor Howard's motion.
All right, I'll make that unanimous.
Thank you.
You bet.
The second item is we're seeking permission to apply for a grant that's related to the coronavirus. We previously had applied for this grant and received funding, and we were able to buy a lot of technical equipment, computers, laptops, things like that. We received notice that they are taking new applications and have new funds available. And there are a few things that we could do with our office with additional funding. In candor, we're not exactly sure if we are allowed to apply and then these grant monies are approved. We'll have to work on exactly how they will be spent, but we'd like the opportunity to at least request them. We had good luck getting the funds before, and from my perspective, anytime someone says, hey, you want some free money, we like to jump at it. So that's kind of where we are on that one.
All right, any questions, or do I hear a motion?
Yeah, give it your best shot. I'll move that we approve the allowing the county attorney's office to apply for supplemental funding for the Arizona Coronavirus Emergency Supplemental Funding Program grant.
And I will second that motion.
All right, I'll make that unanimous.
Great, thank you, gentlemen.
Next up, we have our department head of IT, McCoy Hawkins. Good morning, McCoy.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm here to ask for approval to purchase a non-budgeted item, AI cyber analyst software from a recommendation of our county insurance pool. We spoke about it at a special work session, and if you have any other questions, I will try to answer them.
Mr. Chairman, we had during our last work session, I think the minutes reflect that we had a presentation, and so we're not just approving this blindly. Pretty thorough presentation and compelling reasons to do this, and even though $66,000 a year is a considerable sum of money, the risks are real and outweigh the cost in my opinion.
Yes, I appreciate you, McCoy, for the hard work you do on this kind of stuff and how important it is to the county to keep us safe from this thing. So I would make a motion to approve the cyber analyst IE software.
And I'll second Supervisor Howard's motion.
All right, I'll make that unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next up, we have a moment where we have our Board of Supervisors and the County Manager can present a brief summary of current events, meetings we've attended, and such. Supervisor Howard, would you like to go first?
Sure, I'll just be brief. On the 9th, I joined a webinar with Senator Sinema and Kelly on infrastructure spending. Mainly the topics was on water. Wasn't too pleased with what I heard, but I listened anyway. And then on the 10th, department head elected meeting, and also on the 10th, I had the honor to attend Don Lackner's retirement party out at the highway yard. He finally left us out there. So then on the 12th, I wanted to give a shout out to I went to Ron Lee's funeral services, he was a very, very loyal search and rescue worker for the county, and it was quite a tribute to Sheriff Allred. You did a great job on that, by the way. And then on the 15th, Downtown Association strategic planning meeting, and then on the 16th, 17th, I was in Phoenix, the small and CSA board meetings down there. And then on this weekend, I had the opportunity to attend the junior rodeo out at the fairgrounds, which was amazing, the attendance and the amount of participants that was out there. It was a great event. Trey, I know that was your first one, so thank you very much. It looked like a great success. So that would be my report.
All right, thank you. Supervisor David.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So it was your first rodeo. So. Okay. My activities the last couple of weeks, always enjoy and am honored to represent the county and meet with people. We had a historical society meeting. They're moving along. They received a significant, and we haven't got it evaluated yet, but they received significant gift from some baskets that were owned by someone in the Artesia area, a judge in the last century, and so those are going to be cataloged. But I went to attended the Zoom conference in a different room with Supervisor Howard, listening to Senator DeCinema, and then attended a White House rural stakeholders call. They're basically trying to give people a heads up on what's available, how to get it. And there's an awful lot of people who will be applying for different grants, and it's going to be so competitive that we can be hopeful, but it may not be. We may be disappointed. There was a very well done quarterly elected officials department head meeting on Thursday that Chairman and Dustin conducted, and then the following week, Safford City Council meeting. Went to on Wednesday, joined with the board, and we each attended the Small County Caucus. There for County Supervisors Association, it's a meeting of just exactly what is about a half dozen of the small counties, where we discuss our shared issues and concerns. Prior to that, there was a board meeting for Eastern Counties Organization, and we discussed strategies with forest restoration primarily. And then the following day, I broke away from the County Supervisors meeting and traveled to Globe along with Dustin and Channing, and we went ahead and Channon, and we went ahead and reviewed for about $500,000 in grants for the Arizona Department of Homeland Security for Pinal, Graham, Gila, and Greenlee counties. And while we were the recipient of some training, we'll attend some training that's funded by Pinal County. We had basically have updated much of our communications equipment, so it was time for other counties to receive their assistance, and Globe was able to get their portable radios for their fire department and also for their police department. So and they've got the Miami Tri-County Fire. It's important, and they had that incident last year with the Telegraph Fire where they had they really needed that, and so next year we'll have another, we think around $430,000, and we'll apply for I think it'll be our turn. And we'll apply for some of our needs. Finally, there's a Rural Action Caucus call, National Association of Counties on Friday morning, and then I attended yesterday the funeral service for Bennett Rope. He was a veteran, Vietnam era veteran, and just a good man in Bylus, and well thought of. And Chairman was there, Chairman Rambler and a number of other dignitaries, so I was pleased to be there. That's my report, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you. County Manager Dustin Walker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I will be brief. I just want to thank the board also for attending those meetings down in Phoenix last week. It's not easy to take off and be down there, but it's very, very beneficial, especially this time of the year with the legislature fully in session, making critical decisions right now, and we've had to act quickly and promptly to several situations and issues, and we will continue to do that over the next few weeks. Just want to put a plug in for the audit. Julie has been working tirelessly on the audit for 10 months now, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. We're having some closing meetings this week, and others have as well. McCoy and IT is a big part of that audit too. Something that's new because of legislation last year, the state will be presenting to the board our audit findings and whatnot. I'm not sure when that is. Julie, have they given us a date on that yet?
No, it's going to be either the first or second meeting in April.
Okay, so that is coming soon. Doesn't mean we did anything wrong. They're just coming to report to the board as part of the new law that was passed last year. On top of that, we've been hitting the budget pretty hard, working on those things. I just want to remind all the department heads and elected officials that your evaluations for your employees are due on April 6th, and those need to accompany any merit recommendations that you'll be making to the board. So we are also within our offices, of course, working on those evaluations and budget. And our work session today is a little different. Rather than going over our staff reports and what's been going on over the last few weeks, we'll be having our annual pre-budget discussion. We'll present to you where we're at on the projects that we tackled this year and some projects and capital that we're looking at in the coming year. And then we'll also finish it discussing just some preliminary revenues and expenses that we're evaluating for the upcoming year. So with that, that's my report, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you. All right, we need to approve the demands and handwritten warrants.
I'm pleased to move that we go ahead and pay our bills, and I would just note that it's great to be able to have the money to pay our bills, so I would make that motion.
Second.
All right, I'll make that unanimous. We have a bid opening for the Ballpark Concessions. This is bid number 21/2219. We have what looks like 2 bids.
While you're, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Just while you're opening those, Mr. Chairman, the way the bids were sent out, these are bids for nonprofit organizations to run our concession stands at the ballparks. Basically from now when Little League starts all the way through until the end of the adult softball, which Trey, I believe, goes through September, even October. So a good 6 months worth of work in the concession stands. We had a minimum bid on there of $1,500 that they would basically pay us to be able to use our facility. We're in charge of or responsible for all the upkeep of the facility and paying the utility bills. Then they go in there, use it, and provide hopefully a great menu and some food and drinks to all those at the fairgrounds for the next 6 months. So with that, their bid's supposed to have a minimum bid at least $1,500 and also present a menu that we can evaluate.
I had a question as those are being opened, Mr. Chairman. That is, do we protect the vendor by disallowing food trucks to go onto that site?
Thank you, Supervisor Dave. That's a great question. It's a battle every year for sure. We do go around and if food trucks do show up, we do ask them to not be there during the times that they are open with their concessions.
Okay.
So we've already had that come up. Good question.
That doesn't exclude, does that exclude special events? Like if there's a big event out there, the food trucks are allowed to come, I would think.
Yes, it's only when, so in the bid packet, it lines out that they're to be open as long as there's Little League, softball, adult softball, those kind of things going on. So if it's other than that, special events, yeah, absolutely, they can have vendors there.
All right, first bid that I opened, it was for the Safford High wrestling team, and the bid was $1,500. And then the next bidder that we opened was from the Graham County Substance Abuse Coalition, and the bid was $2,200. They both have menus attached.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we go ahead and refer these two bids to staff for review for compliance and award to the lowest qualified bidder.
In this case, would that be the highest bidder?
You're exactly right.
I would think. I'll second that.
Okay, thank you. I'll yeah, to the highest conforming bid.
There you go.
All right, and you seconded that.
And I'll second that, yeah.
All right, great. So I'll make that unanimous. All right, call to the public. All right, we are adjourned. We have a work session immediately following where we discuss, well, today we're discussing revenues, expenses for the next fiscal year.
Julie?